Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect Escapes. Today's beverage is a hopefully healthy and invigorating immune support infusion which contains blackcurrant, raspberry, and I believe elderberry. Either way, welcome back to Prison Architect Escapes. This is a series where we attempt to break out facilities not made by me. This is Prisoner Shaw, prisoner number 533945, and Shawsy here is going to try and break out of, I believe it's the, well, it's something along the lines of the Island Escape Facility. It's, I believe, a bit of a retreat and quite a low population facility. As always, there will be a link in the description for your pleasure, so you can check it out yourself. And, well, we can see that coming in, we have a lot of armed guards, almost certainly on free fire. We have security areas, we have staff doors, we've seen body armor. We've got doggo patrols, lots of areas that are set to staff only, etc. Being brought into this island, like I say, resorty type thing. You've got chapel, you've got, looks to be a, oh, interesting, a canteen and a kitchen, the latter of which is not set to staff only and doesn't have a metal detector, so we might be able to start digging here. We have been given a slightly different uniform, a nice comfy bed with some bamboo flooring, so this is quite a modern facility, I believe, or if it's not a modern facility, it is certainly a facility that's been retrofitted. And we can see around the outside here, we've got some... Yeah, so we've got, well, we've got a lot actually going on. We've got water, we've got perimeter wall, we've got staff-only areas, another perimeter wall, and then finally the edge. So, in terms of escape, it's going to require, I think tunneling is in our future here. If we have been positioned here, then frankly digging to the left is not in my future. Oh, there's a doggo patrol going around there. That's going to be a bit of a problem. I'm just going to have to hopefully look out and dig as fast as I can. Yeah, digging this way is not going to happen because it means going around this staff-only area. That's a classroom and a staff room, I believe. Across and up will require more digging. Oh! Oh! Am I dead? So that's been a bit of Prison Architect Escapes. That is a failure. Sorry, Shawsy, it didn't work out for you. So what's happened there, I was scouting up the top to try and see if we can basically count the tiles to see how far we are from the edge. And because I went between the two tiles that are staff only. Normally it wouldn't let us do that, but yeah, it's sometimes will glitch out there. We technically for a moment passed over a staff only area, which was the water, and then we got shot by the sniper. Free fire being on, maybe. It could have been a trank gun, but I think it's probably the latter. Well, actually, it could be a combination of both. Either way, I was unconscious in the water. That ends in this. So we'll load that up and see if we can actually attempt another escape, this time without... well, this result. So loading it back up with prisoner Venny here, prisoner number 533946. We're going to skip the intake, and we have been positioned right next to the, well, right next to the water, same position as before. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to farm some points. That means smashing up some computers, so the cogitators are broken, and then breaking pretty much everything I can before a guard comes along and stops us. I will immediately put our hands up and skip the fight, because frankly, these guys, I believe, have got free fire on, so all I'm doing here is getting enough points in order for me to be able to get very swimming. I want the maximum level of swimming. Like I say, surrender the fight before an armed guard comes along, and there we go, we now have very swimming. I'm also going to finally do that one more time here, just again to give us some points. And there's a doggo coming along. We will skip that, and there we are. Okay, we'll go with very quick and very swim. And, well, I do want to try and break out of this one. So let's see then. This is going to require a bit of luck, a lot of luck actually, because I'm going to have to dig. Luckily, we can gain access to the... We can gain access to the kitchen, which means we obviously have digging implements. However, there is a doggo there, which is patrolling. Now, it could go across and then up and around, or it could just go straight up, and it's going to be the latter there. So we will say dig a tunnel, enter the tunnel, and then I'm going to dig to the left, and then I'm going to dig basically here and then up, and hopefully the doggo won't detect the tunnel. If they do, then, well, I'll just have to put up and shut up and see if there's any other way out. I don't believe that digging... oh, it's going to be a bit of a problem here, digging through the water. Under the water, I guess. So we'll knife the water, and as soon as we jump in that, we gain the swim-o-meter. And we also can swim and dig and hold our breath. There's a combination of things going on here. And you can see it is a lot more difficult to dig under the water, naturally. And then there we go. So we'll just run into here and then hope for some luck. And yeah, we did luck out on that one. So yeah, we're going to continue on and see if we can dig any further. We have a spoon and nothing else. However, that is a digging implement. And then further down into here, which will get the rope. And then there's another 2. There's also a gymnasium, I've just realised, on the right there, which is... It's a gymnasium, but doesn't have the boxing ring. I thought you need that. I thought you needed that boxing ring for the room in general. So I don't know what's going on there. It's either you don't need it, and I'm mistaken, most likely the case, or we've got some maybe mutators going on. But we will check naturally the facility in the normal sandbox mode. We will have a look at that once we have attempted the escape, which technically has already happened. We've already failed this one because our original inmate is no longer with us. They basically drowned trying to escape. I guess it wasn't really an escape, but more me tripping over a pebble, the guards being very overzealous with their enforcement and or punishment, and then yeah, also I would argue, as naturally the inmate and the escapee, their negligence not coming to help us. So there you go. All right, so continuing on with our escape, we haven't been found out just yet, which is good. We will have a bit of a problem now though, in that I can hear some violence, which means, well, depending on the policy of the facility, maybe the entire cell block gets searched, and that entire cell block could be, because this is got external cells. So cell block as in, normally you'd have cells leading into an inside area that then also lead to the main body of the facility. This is not the case. You've skipped that middle part where we don't have much breath remaining on our character. We're about halfway there, but I can sprint back, so I should be fine. Just going to dig until we've run out of fork, and there we go. And then we will go down. But yes, so normally you have a cell leading into a cell block that leads into the body of the facility. We don't have the middle one because, well, we just don't. It's not within the plans of the facility, so it goes to here. So if there's anything untoward happen, and the policy is to search the cell block, it might actually search everything, but we'll have to just hope that that's not the case. Going to go over to here, and oh, we can see we've had a bit of a fight here. Well, we haven't, but there has been. There's an unconscious high-risk inmate there, and then a dead medium-risk inmate here. Okay, so I'm guessing perhaps that the high-risk inmate has not been a fan of the medium-risk inmate, and they've potentially taken them out, and then the guards have come along and stopped the high-risk. That is a guesstimation on my part only, but may be accurate. Either way, digging is commencing. Let's see. We're going to dig through as best we can. This is going to take a little while to dig through, because you've got this perimeter wall, then more gap to the next perimeter wall. There's the first perimeter wall broken. Digging through to the next perimeter wall, and that's going to break anytime soon. There it is. Okay, so that should be, I believe there is only one more perimeter wall to dig through, but I won't risk it. What I mean by that is I'm not going to... we're going to have to dig up when we are in here. and then sleep. Yes, I'm not going to risk the failure of the tunnel by digging up when I break through the next one. If I break through the next one, obviously we could be detected at any point. So there we go. Yeah, so get back into here. And then running. This place isn't massively overstaffed. Actually, one may argue that it's might be understaffed, although I think the provision has been placed on, say, snipers and armed guards going out the front rather than having loads of inmates being guarded by guards inside the resort, the bubble, as it were. But again, we'll know more once we load it up into Sandbox. But for now, we're going to dig through. So this could be the edge of the map. It could be. This could be the last wall, the last barrier to exit. But even if it isn't, I won't know until I get to here. Obviously, we were brought in on the road, but I actually can't remember whether or not there was another one. But I'm not going to risk it. I'd rather just dig. We're good. That's been a bit of Prison Architect Escapes. That's Prisoner Venny. Sadly, we will class this as a bit of a fail because we didn't escape by the first instance method with our original inmates. So let's load up the Sandbox, but we'll see what's going on there and have a little look at it. Okay, so loading into the standard Sandbox mode. This is the Resort Island Escape Challenge Prison, which is now completed. Firstly, I can see that it is raining, so we do have weather and temperature. We have a sand ground base, so there's been details paid there. Obviously, we were brought in via the road. You've got the road gate, you've got snipers, lots of perimeter walls, lots of dog patrols, so I think we just got lucky on that one. And good grief, yeah. Okay, escaping via the front is not going to happen because you've got all of this set to staff only, and free fire is on. Basically, if you get through here into here, these armed guards are not too keen on your presence, and I don't think you would get really through these parts. And then even if you do, you got a lot of running ahead of you towards these gates with line of sight from that sniper. And that sniper there. Yeah, okay. But we managed to escape via tunneling through here and then up and out. Like I say, I think more luck than judgment on that one because of the doggos. And that could be to do with the weather because, yeah, the dog handler is a bit annoyed. Mainly, let's say, because of the weather, potentially. Also, there's a lot of walking in this facility. So in order to get to the staff room over here, so staff needs will be on, potentially. I think there will be. Where is it? Staff needs are on. So staff needs plus weather and temperature equals normally a lot of really, really cheesed off guards. Yes, so they have to, if they want to break from the weather, go all the way along to the right and then all the way around to the left. So that is a potential issue there. Anyway, yeah, we managed to get out of this one. It is a maximum security facility, not Supermax, actually. It is a Supermax facility. We did have the gym over there, as I mentioned. Gym? I thought the gym requires weights, bench, and gym mat. Oh, yeah, so I actually thought the gym requires the... where is it? The boxing ring, but no, apparently not, unless there's been, I say, modifications turned on there and mutators. But there we are. That's been a bit of an escape. This design is something I really like, actually. The idea of having like a very high skew facility, but also quite luxurious in the middle. Certainly a lot of attention paid to the cells and stuff. You've got things like these windows and the bamboo flooring and comfy beds and such. Yeah, it is not making money, but it potentially probably could, depending on the type of inmates and the throughput of the inmates. It is not overly staffed, as far as I can tell. 28 guards in total, which is 8 regular, 3 armed guards, 12 dogs, a lot of dogs actually there, and 5 snipers, 1 for each corner, plus 1 on break and or coming to work. But yeah, that's been another escape. Sadly, we did get a bit of a failure when we crossed over this area. If we go over to deployment, you can see there's there's no access there, and that's where the game basically went, no, you're not allowed. And then yeah, this sniper, I believe, took us out. Like I say, free fire's on as well, so yeah, potential issues there. Either way, that's been a bit of Prison Architect Escapes. If you like what I say, by all means, let me know in the comments. And if you have any tips, comments, suggestions, not just for this escape, but for others, different methods, and also different suggestions, then let me know in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.